What's up, Soul Nation? Brian here with a little bit of a vlog, a little bit something different for the channel for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoy this. If you do, please let me know in the comments below. We're going to have this as kind of a gaming vlog. And today's topic is really going to be transitioning from a gamer to a gamer dad. And so if anybody doesn't know, I want to share the news. I've shared it on stream. Julie and I are going to be having a baby in January. So we're very excited about that. If you don't know me, and this is the first video or introduction to the channel, this is going to be our 5th child. And I've been working on my Destiny Raid team, which essentially with baby number 5 in January is got. So that's always the joke, but we've always kind of wanted a large family. And naturally, that usually transitions into the question of, well, how do you make time for games? How does that work as a dad and as a gamer? And that's what I wanted to spend and kind of vlog about today, kind of sharing my experience. Not that it's, especially maybe if you're considering about, being a parent, or if you're expecting, because I know there's a couple people out there who are expecting. I figured I'd talk about my experience. Not that you have to replicate it, and not that it's going to be the exact same experience for you, but just so maybe to help, either get you excited or ease any kind of anxiety that you might have as you consider balancing a hobby that you're passionate about, as well as the creation of something that you just can't imagine loving in another kind of way. So first thing that comes to mind when I transitioned, that first transition for me when I went from a gamer to a gamer dad was when Maddie, my oldest, when she was born. I describe it as my level cap increased. So if anybody is not familiar with RPGs, you're typically especially in a point of a game as a service, you have a cap. Anyway, at some point an expansion or something comes along and you break that cap. My ability to love was capped, and then Maddie came into the world, and my ability to love became endless in a way. And so that's how I describe becoming a dad. It's like my level cap on what I was capable of loving was blown away. And that is kind of a big driving factor. But obviously this changes things because you have this wonderful human being who needs you and wants your attention, and you want to spend time with that, and you want to teach, and at the same time you want to protect, and you want to make sure that they're safe and happy and healthy and everything is going right. And so I try not to be, and I was talking with a friend about this recently, I try not to be a helicopter parent, just always kind of over worried about every scrape and stuff. But when it comes down to gaming, one of the reasons why you don't see a lot of single player game coverage here on this channel is I don't play a lot of single player games. I do play Pokemon, I do play Mario, I do play these kind of games, but I play them with my kids. And they aren't really content. My kids aren't content in that regards. I don't want them to be, and they're not going to be. Occasionally, Maddie and I will do a stream, because we've kind of always done that. She really enjoys it. But it's just on the occasion, that being said. So if I'm playing a single-player game, well, chances are it's not Ghost of Tsushima. Chances are it's not, a gritty, story-driven narrative experience. And those will come back. The thing is those are just kind of on hold right now. But overall, I'm going to play a multiplayer game if I'm gaming with my friends, like you guys with Phantasy Star, Final Fantasy, and, Destiny. Those are kind of the big games that I keep gravitating to that take up my time, because it's also a kind of a social thing. As to how I do that and also run this channel and work to game as well, it all comes down into the fact it's just simple scheduling. As much as it pains me that I do enjoy the pick up and go mentality, that is one of the things that will change as an adult. And so typically game time is scheduled time. It's hey, I'm going to go play a game. And it's I either get up real early in the morning and, take care of the house, play the game. Actually, what I do is for streaming, I get up early, stream, play a little bit, gain some progress, go help and take care of the kids for a bit before I jump into work for the day. And so it just comes down to making it a priority, making sure that my wife in this case, is on that same page. And she's a gamer herself, and we like to try to find times that something we can play and enjoy together. Sometimes that's actually a narrative-driven story experience, but it's something obviously that can't dominate your every minute. And there might be a period of, in a way, grief, or in a way of accepting that. One of the things for me that was a challenge, was accepting that I'm not going to be first. You know, Julie, like I used to really enjoy competing, especially in the fighting games. Now, this was all years before like Evo blew up, and you know there was all that kind of aspect. And I wish that was I was more into that scene when I was in college. And honestly, I have no idea. Like I did not learn of Evo or any of that until after I had originally graduated. It could have been going on, but I was probably ignorant to it. But I really love fighting games. I'm really big into Soul Calibur, really big into Street Fighter. Really big into those two. Actually, more of those most of the main fighting games that I really enjoyed the most. And I really enjoyed shooters. Like I was really competitive, and especially within like RPGs and Final Fantasy 11 and Phantasy Star Online. Like I was really into those games. And you know, obviously life changes, and so for me, I actually still enjoy those games, but it comes down to being fine with not being first place, being fine with not being best in slot on specific gear, especially when that gear expires like that. And that whole loop is just like, I'll let somebody else kind of run that race. I'm just going to be like the tortoise and the hare. I'll be the tortoise. Just, yeah, I'm here, you know, just chipping away, getting a little experience every day. You know, I'll do 15 minutes. I'll do 20 minutes. You know, I'll find a nice like break in the day when things are quiet. Kids have gone to bed. Just boop, 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 call it a day. And, yeah, so I'll get there. I'll get there. You know, I have to be fine with not being first. I won the main topic, the main piece of it was like, I wanted to talk about like how being a dad and a gamer dad has helped me kind of in a lot of ways to really appreciate what gaming is. And that's where it's interesting as I engage with different people in the comments. Like I do see a lot of frustration and a lot of anger and a lot of excitement. And this comes from maybe like excitement for things that either didn't pan out, or, you know, sometimes putting like thousands of hours into it and a change comes and then you don't like it and there's a betrayal there. Like, I think there's a lot of hurt out there, but when I get to sit down and play games with my kids, like there is a way that transitions me back to that wonder and that awe. And people are like, everything's just great for you, Brian. Like you think everything's beautiful. It's like, I do. I recognize the issues, and you guys probably, if anybody saw my recent rant about the Avengers thing, can really understand, maybe relate to that, or disagree with me completely. All's good. And then I just always kind of laugh because occasionally people call me out like, why is this guy giggling? There's just fun things to be. There's just things I laugh about when I talk. Anyway, that's a fun and interesting transition to kind of say that when I do play with my kids, though, the one challenge is I have to get out of efficiency mode. I think naturally we sit down and say, what's the most efficient way to do this? Especially because if I got to grind it, I might as well be efficient at it. But when I sit down to play with my kids as a gamer dad, it's not about efficiency. It's about the enjoyment. And it's not about like speed. It's about the journey. And not saying that everybody out there is watching this video needs to be a parent, you know, oh, go run out and gaming gets better as parents. Like, no, like there's challenges, you know. But I really enjoyed that I get to have that multi-perspective when it comes to video games, and then the content that I get to make around video games. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share. Hopefully you found some of this interesting as a part of that. I had just finished actually doing kind of a member video that is up for members. If you guys have hit that join button, you can go watch that as we do AMAs for those videos. And I thought, you know what? I really also want to sit down and maybe do this once a month. You know, put out a member video, but then also put out just kind of a community gaming vlog talking about anything. If you guys like this, you like the conversation, if you have a question or you think of a topic that we could just talk about that it relates to gaming, and whether it relates to parenting or not, you know, or programming, I don't care. Like, I'm just kind of curious as to your thoughts about the format and about the content here at Ginger Prime. Let me know. Like, yeah, any and all thoughts would be great. So anyway, I love you. Love your faces. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you have a good day. I'll talk to you soon.